You are dumb.
Drinking that wine.
You are real
And you know
dumb,
we
dumb.
stay
That
high.
wine, we stay.
And if you hear a high song on Third Degree Radio, you know it's about that time.
About that time.
Smoke Sessions, y'all.
Puff, puff, pass.
Brought to you by Sunrocks.
Sunrise.
The bombest of the bomb. OG Bud, OG Keith, and OG Wax. And if you can't get lifted like that, then you bound for the ground, baby. Yeah. And today, I want to let y'all know about something that I'm sure concerns a lot of people who indulge in extracurricular activities. Let's put it like that. How to pass a drug test. Drug testing 101. And this is the ultimate guide. Number one, know what type of drug test you are taking. By far, the most common type of drug test is still urine analysis. This test can be performed privately at the workplace. You are given the test strip and sent to the bathroom, or employers can send you to a third-party lab to submit your urine sample, in which case the test might be monitored by a lab employee. Although less common, certain employees use hair, blood, and saliva testing to detect the presence of drugs in your system. Know what type of drugs you are tested for. Marijuana, THC, CBD, oils, tincture, and yes, edibles can all be detected on the drug test.
Wow.
Other drugs that are regularly tested for include cocaine, amphetamines, opiates, phencyclidine, which is PCP, MDMA, thus ecstasy and things of that nature.
Got it.
Barbiturates, benzodiazepines, and prepoxyphene. Know how long marijuana stays in your system. As you probably already know, everyone's body reacts differently to marijuana use. Main factors include when you last partook, how often, potency, which people probably didn't know, body fat, weight, and metabolism. If you are a regular user, marijuana can stay in your blood and urine as long as 90 days after usage.
Wow.
On average, most people in good health can usually get clean in 30 to 45 days. If you smoked once over the past weekend with a friend, for example, pot can be out of your system in as little as 2 days. Although on average, it can take up to 10 days. Most other drugs can stay in your system for a few days up to a month in extreme cases. Hair tests can detect THC and other substances in your head and body, in your head and body hair for months or even years after use.
Really?
Yes, depending on the test. Although most labs take a 1.5-inch sample of head hair, which detects usage back roughly 90 days. Know the risky options when attempting to pass a drug test. There's a lot of misinformation out there about the following options for passing a test, and most of them are very risky, dangerous to your health, detectable by testing labs, or simply don't work. Excuse me. Home remedies: niacin, bleach, Certo, vinegar, golden seal, cranberry juice don't work and are dangerous. Synthetic urine. Using synthetic urine for your test is risky. Dilution. Diluting your sample with an adulterant is detectable. Substitution. Substituting someone else's urine for yours, risky and detectable.
Wow. How was it detected? Oh, you don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess
doesn't
the
really matter.
dilution, it's not, you
If
know,
it's
the
somebody else's
consistency.
pee, though,
I mean, it'd be probably the pH balance or something.
Right.
I don't
Or
know.
if a dude passes in some pee and the
temperature.
pee's somebody pregnant, then he got it from his pregnant wife.
It can be. They
Yeah.
saying it can be
It
risky.
can be, yeah.
You
Okay.
might can pass it too, I'm sure, if
There's
somebody
been some
tries.
professional ball players who tried to do that and got caught.
It say
Yeah.
the safest and most common way to pass a drug test is to cleanse your body of drugs and be clean for your test. Detox naturally. If you have 30 to 45 days before your test, you can usually cleanse your body of marijuana by abstaining from use, lots of liquids, diet, and exercise. Your body's own detoxification process will cleanse your blood and urine naturally over time. THC is fat soluble, which means the traces of it are stored in your fat cells and remain in your system over time, depending on the factors we listed above. If you are going to cleanse naturally, actual diet and exercise are highly recommended. Cleanse using a detoxification program. If you have at least 7 days before your test, a detoxification program will speed up the body's natural cleansing process and can help rid your body of the THC in your system in about a week. These programs also come with home testing kits to verify you are clean. Cleanse the same day. If your test is coming up sooner, certain detoxification drinks are known to flush your system the same day you drink them, keeping you clean for a period of 4 to 6 hours. According to Thomas Dobie, who used to work in a drug testing lab, you'd have to be an idiot to fail a drug test for cocaine. Cocaine, honestly, if you do it infrequently, and this is for you youngsters out there playing with your nose, maybe on a Friday night when you go out with your friends, it's only in your system for 24 hours, he says. A chronic abuser would have the drug in his system a little longer than that. Dobie estimates perhaps 48 to 72 hours. Most available resources support his claims, although a few suggest that a very heavy user could have evidence of the drug in his or her system for up to 10 to 22 days. Now, if you want to bypass all that, don't do drugs. That goes for all the rest of you, and who want to, if you want to be the drug test the simple way, cheap and easy, just don't do them. You know what I mean? It's a pretty good chance you eventually have to take a drug test. According to a random American Management Association study, 61.8% of companies surveyed said they test employees for illegal substances. Some might say that's for good reason, as 3 out of every 4 current illicit drug users in the United States are employed, and companies are losing roughly $81 billion a year with a B in lost productivity due to drug use, according to the Department of Labor. So
81 billion hours?
No.
And revenue?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
People stealing money on the job. Yeah, they work. They're there, but they ain't working.
No.
No, what I mean by stealing money, not physically, but being at work and not working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like you
on company, you stealing company money.
At work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So
you on the internet, on your computer, on Facebook and YouTube. You should be working. You stealing company money.
Yeah.
And here's a good thing about drugs, briefly. Scientists find cannabis compound more effective than aspirin for pain relief.
Really?
So it's a good thing about marijuana.
So despite the hundreds of compounds cannabis sativa plants produce, just 2 cannabinoids, THC and CBD, have dominated discussions about the medicinal and therapeutic properties of cannabis, and for good reason. THCA and CBDA, the inactive acidic forms of THC and CBD, are the most abundant chemicals produced by cannabis plants, making them both the most commercially viable and the easiest to research. Studies that investigate the potential medical applications of these cannabinoids continue to link their versatile therapeutic effectiveness to their ability to reduce inflammation throughout the body. But the reality is that THC and CBD aren't the only compounds with anti-inflammatory properties. So they have canflavin A and canflavin B, and they're pot's most potent painkillers. In addition to THC, CBD, and other major cannabinoids, cannabis plants produce a plethora of specialized chemicals researchers believe contribute to the plant's astonishing array of medical and therapeutic uses. Of those chemicals, one group in particular appears to produce substantial anti-inflammatory effects in animals. Scientists call that group flavonoids. Flavonoids exist in virtually every plant, but in 1981, researchers discovered 2 flavonoids that are specific to cannabis sativa. Their names are canflavin A and canflavin B, and they immediately prompted a wave of interest among plant researchers. In a 1985 study, researchers found the canflavins A and B produced anti-inflammatory benefits that were approximately 30 times more effective than aspirin. That's right, 30 times more effective than one of the most common over-the-counter pain relievers. Nearly 2 decades later, researchers published a study explaining that better than aspirin effectiveness. They found that canflavins A and B work to block the production of 2 chemicals that promote inflammation in animal cells. But despite these important findings, almost no one was paying attention to how cannabis sativa actually synthesized these non-psychoactive canflavins, except that is for a team of researchers with the university in Canada, Gulf. GUELPH. So, yeah, you might not want to run to the medicine counter when you start feeling that pain. You might want to grab you something, break it down, twist
Smoke
it up.
some weed.
Put that fire on the tip of it and smoke some weed.
Smoke some weed.
You already know. Smoke Sessions, y'all, brought to you by Sun Rocks. Make sure you get you some of that there. We'll be right back with New Music Monday.
New Music Monday, Third Degree Radio.